Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. This is my first time filming again after a holiday, so excuse me if I'm a little rusty. But I'm coming back today to film my small shop showcase for August. So about once a month I like to do a video where I just show you all of the diamond painting accessories that I've been buying from small shops that month. It is a bit of a secondary addiction for me. I buy a lot of diamond paintings, but also I buy a lot of accessories because I can't resist most of the time. So I've got a few different things to show you today. I did another Stackry order. If you don't know what I mean by that, that means I used my parcel forwarding service in the US. So I used Stackry, which gives me a US address, and I can buy things from small shops in the US, get them shipped to Stackry, and then ship them all together to me in the UK. And that saves me quite a lot of money. So I've done that again. And then I've got a couple of bits and bobs as well that I've got here in the UK. So what should I start with? I'm looking at my goodies here, deciding what to go with. Okay, I'm going to look at some trays first of all. So the first, I've bought 3 different trays this time, or types of trays. So the first one is a new to me company, Firefly. I had heard really, really good things about these trays from Firefly. I think they maybe used to be on Etsy, but now they have a website, and I used the website to purchase. So I got these. They're called Flint, so they have a whole range of sizes. These ones ended up quite small. I think I remember looking at the measurements and thinking, oh, that sounds like about the right size for me. And I've obviously gone a bit small because I think sometimes I find it quite hard to visualize what a tray actually looks like in that size. But I do really like them. So this was, I think it was called a starter pack, and it was 2 trays and one of them has a lid. So this one has a lid that slides on nice and smoothly like that. And I was confused initially because I got my drills in the tray and shook them around and tried to get them out, and I found that they wouldn't come out. And the reason for that is it's got a spout, which I just thought, oh, so it doesn't come with a stopper, but it does. And I really like this. See here, it's got this little thing, and you slide that out and it opens the spout. And I really like that, because I don't like stoppers on trays. Basically, it really irks me if I have to constantly keep putting a stopper in and out. So usually I just don't bother, and I just hold the tray at an angle where things won't fall out easily. But having this that just pops out like that, I find really nice and easy to use. It's also got this container here, which I believe is designed for you to put trash drills in as you're going, but I haven't done that because I'm a little unsure how that would work, because if you tip your drills out at the end, you'd think some trash drills would come out as well. Anyway, so I really like these. Let me show you how they line up drills. So I'll just pop a few in. And I've been using these a fair bit, but only when I've only got a very small number of drills in a colour, because obviously they're quite small to use for colour blocking. I have ordered more though, so hopefully the next sizes that come will be a bit more like what I had in mind. So as you can see, it lines them up very nicely. It's all very smooth and shiny, so they also slide out very easily. So I'll just show you that as well. Open my spout. Oh, I've got 2 full of pot here, I think, which means I'm spilling some, but it's not because of the tray, it's because the pot's too full. So I'll get a different colour to show you my other trays. But as you can see, that was all pretty smooth. So I like these a lot. They did take quite a while to come to me. I didn't pay much attention when I placed the order, and then when they hadn't been dispatched for a while, I went back and checked. And it does say, I think, 3 to 4 weeks for like standard items, and then there's a longer time frame that they give for custom orders. I'm not sure what bits they customize. I didn't look into that too much, but maybe that's something I'll do in the future. So it took about 4 weeks, and I did just message them to say, you know, can I have an update, just because it's been the 4 weeks now, and I kind of was up against it to get them delivered to my Stackry address so I could get that parcel ordered to me before I went on my holiday. And they didn't reply, so I don't know if they received it, but they were then shipped. So yeah, anyway, it was just about within the time frame. And I will say that my second order, which is on its way to me now, was shipped very quickly. So those are my first thing to show you this week. For my next order, I wanted to try another brand of trays that I've heard a lot of good things about. I've seen several other creators using these and I just really wanted to give them a try. So I placed an order from Catproof Trays. So if you haven't heard of these, they have this particular design where they have this lid, this like flexible rubber lid. So it goes on top and fits very securely. So you can chuck that around and that's not going to come off. Now, a lot of diamond painting trays have 3D printed lids and those will do fine for the most part. But if your tray properly gets knocked off a table or something, it's not necessarily going to hold. You know, maybe they slide off, maybe they slot in, whatever it might be, particularly as time goes on and the 3D printing gets worn down a little bit. They can be tricky. So these ones have this very unique design and I wanted to try it. So this one is a lean boy. It says at the bottom, catprooftrays.com and Catproof Trays. I ordered on Etsy, but apparently they have a website too. So that is probably the best place to order from them. And then I also got, that one's got some black marks on it. Now I'm not sure where those came from. Anyway, doesn't matter, but this one is a fine boy. So they have lots of different sizes and they're all labeled like they're different kinds of cats, I guess. So I have tried this one. I didn't have very long with these before I went on holiday, so I've only tried it a little bit. It comes with some cute cat confetti, which I like a lot. I wonder how they make this, because they're so tiny. They must have something that can cut them out. So it's got this kind of pouring spout. So basically, let me pour some drills in. It's got lovely deep sides and it's a nice, neat size to hold. It lines up the drills very nicely. When I used it before, I found this kind of spout a little bit tricky. I think that's just an adjustment thing. Like I've only used it once so far, so I definitely need to use this more and find out how well this works for me, because I think that's just a learning curve, isn't it? So I'm going to tip those back out to show you what I mean, because there's not a spout as such. You just tip them all down. I think it's easier if I get them all down at the bottom and then use this. And that works fine. It is a little fiddlier than what I'm used to, which just means, I suppose, that I have to go a bit slower. And it's fine. It's just one of those things, if I can't get more used to it, these may not work brilliantly for me, just because I often have paintings that switch colours quite a lot, have a fair amount of confetti in, and that would drive me mad if I had to do it all the time. But the tray itself seems really good. I just need to practice with it a bit more. And then the fine boy, I think I did the thing again where I didn't really check the measurements, or I looked up the measurements and then I didn't really work out what that properly meant. Because I don't typically buy trays this big. If you're doing like a really big colour blocking painting, I guess this would be good. And I know a lot of people love large trays. It's a lot to do with my work area where I just don't necessarily have the space for it. So I think I will bring this out if I have a really large area of colour blocking. But beyond that, I think it's just a little too big for my taste. But again, that's a personal thing. They had other sizes as well, so do check them out and see if there's one that would suit you. Okay, moving on. The next order I placed was from Bijou Bliss Designs. I have previously shown you a tray that I have from Bijou Bliss Designs that I was liking a lot. And that was, I think, a similar length, but slightly wider. And I really do like it, and I'd been using it a lot. So I wanted to get one of the narrower ones that they've started doing, because I quite often hold my tray when I'm diamond painting. I'll either have it on the table just in front of me, or I'll have it in my hand, which means to avoid kind of straining my hand, I need it to fit in my fairly small hands. So I thought that that would be good. And isn't this colour pretty? I hope that you can pick that up properly, because the light on here is casting a bit of glare, but it's this lovely shimmery lilac pink. And if you don't remember what the deal is with these from my last video, Bijou Bliss Designs uses magnets. So it's a rather ingenious design. So the lid is held on with 4 magnets, and they're a good strength where they're kind of, you don't have to really pull to lift it off, but equally it's not going to come off that easily. And you can also just put the lid underneath if you want, once you're using it to keep it neat. And then the stopper also has magnets, and again, it won't fall out easily, but you barely have to tug it, so it's a really good weighted magnet for it. And then the actual tray, like this is a good size for me, to be honest, because it fits quite a lot of drills in. And you can see it lines them up nicely. It's deep, but not too deep, because some of the trays that I've bought in the past, I've found if they're too deep, then I keep kind of scraping the edges of my hand on them. You can see I'm fussy. And then the spout is pretty decent, so I find it helps to tip them all down to the bottom first. This row's got a little stuck, because this one is the one that I've used the most since I got it. I did take this one on holiday with me, so it's probably got a little bit of residue in there. So yeah, that one is really, really good. Highly recommend these. And then I also, while I was ordering from them anyway, ordered a couple of cover minders. So Bijou Bliss does these little cover minders. They're like pin badges, but cover minders. And they had this set of book lovers ones, which I really liked the look of, so I got a couple of those. I haven't actually tried them yet. Let's find out what the magnet's like. I do a weird combination of leaving some things unopened to show you fresh, and then with other things I just can't resist. Okay, so yeah, it's like one of these old badges on the back. And yeah, that's a decent strength of magnet. It's going to do the job, but it's not too strong. Brilliant. Okay, so that is all of my trays that I bought this month. I don't normally buy 3 different sets of trays, but I just really wanted to try them. And the thing with using Stackry is that it makes more financial sense to order more to it if they're things I'm going to order at some point anyway. So if there are several companies I want to try, if I do them all at once and combine them into one package, it will save me more money on shipping. Okay, next up I have a pen, because of course I do, because I love my pens, and it is from one of my very favourite pen turners, Lassen Latheworks. So this is one that I picked up on their Etsy store. So the owner, Daniel, does have a Facebook group, and they do sell some things through there. But they also have an Etsy store, and they do drops on the Facebook group regularly. But then also they just make some pens and put them on the Etsy shop, and they're for anyone to buy rather than having to be quick enough in a drawer. And this is one that they just put up on there, and I couldn't resist because I really like the look of it. It's one of my favourite shapes. So I've had pens in this shape from them before, and I find it really, really comfortable, which is one of the things that keeps me going back to them. But also I just think it's super pretty. Like, look at all that glitter. Isn't it so nice? I really enjoyed this pen. I've been using this on holiday. It's really nice and comfortable. A little heavier than some of my pens. I'm not sure why that is exactly, but nothing too bad. I've just found a little blemish there, but it doesn't matter. I legitimately hadn't even noticed till now, and I've been using this pen. So yeah, absolutely stunning. Okay, next up, I think I said in my last small shop haul that, well, I showed you that I'd ordered this trinket tray from a lady called Sam at Love Resin Crafts on Etsy. Now, she's in the UK. And I think I said at the time that I'd already placed another order, because I had, because I really enjoyed the trinket tray that I have, and I just thought it'd be nice to have a few different colours. So I have taken a peek at this because I'm not a saint, but then I did leave it all to show you. So she always sends a little care instructions pouch that has her business card, contact details, and then resin product care. and a thank you for your purchase. And thank you so much for your order, Kat. Any problems, please let me know, Sam. So this one, the first one that I showed you last month was one that I just bought on the shop that she had in stock already. Now this one, let me show you this first. So she also always sends an extra. She always seems to anyway in my orders so far, which is very generous of her. And this time I got this, which I don't know, what would you say that is? A coaster? She's not a diamond painting specific shop. She just has some things that work for diamond painting. So I think it could be a drinks coaster. It's a little small, but like for a smaller bottomed glass, it would work well. It's very pretty. I can't believe she sends these things just for free in the order, because she's very reasonably priced anyway. The shipping is free in the UK. It's worked into the price, but then the price is also lower than a lot of Trinket trays that I've seen elsewhere. She has put her prices up a little bit recently, but they're still very, very reasonable. So yeah, very kind of her. And here is my tray. So basically I'd seen a picture of one that she had previously sold, and I asked her to make me one like that. And here it is. Glitter. Isn't it lovely? Oh, I love this chunky glitter. I really, really enjoy it. So it's really nice and smooth. I'm just feeling around the edges, and that all feels smooth too. I don't feel any gaps or holes. So she's done a really good job with it. Yeah. There's the bottom as well. So you can see all the glitter coming all the way through. It's got a lovely shine on it. And these are just the perfect size for having next to you while you diamond paint. And then putting your pen on there, and maybe a little trash drill pot, and maybe a pack of putty, you know, just the things that I'm going to be using the most often while I'm diamond painting. So yeah, really, really like that. I think I might put this one in use now. I've been saving it because I hadn't filmed this video yet. But yeah, I might put this one in use and put my other one away for a bit, because I do really love it. I love the way she's done the glitter all around the outside, and then it's just black, and then this splotch of glitter in the middle. Super cool. So Love Resin Crafts on Etsy. I will pop a link down below, as I always do for these videos. So if there's any of the items that I've bought that you like the look of, check down below for the link, and then go and support these small shops, because they are all well worth it. Love it. And I think I have two more things to show you. So one is just a quick one, because a lot of people will already have heard of this, but I recently got my very first Multiplacer from Diamond Art Club. So Diamond Art Club recently brought out these super, super skinny metal Multiplacers, and they have been so popular. And I got my first one recently. A very kind, lovely friend actually gifted it to me. She was placing an order, and I asked her to pop one of these in there for me. And then I said, can I have your PayPal details to pay you? And she wouldn't give them to me, said it was a gift, which was very, very kind. So yes, I've managed to use this now. I took it away with me on holiday, and I forgot that the one downside with Diamond Art Club places is they often don't fit perfectly in the pens. It's a little too loose. So I've put washi tape around the base of this, which you can just see a tiny bit of peeking out. And I didn't have any washi tape with me on holiday, so it had to frustratingly sit there in my accessories bag, not being used. So as soon as I came back, I've got it in use. And it really is good. I get the hype. So it's very light, first of all. Other metal Multiplacers that I've tried often tend to be a lot heavier, but this is so light, because I don't know how well you can see, because it's already filled with putty, but the edges are just super, super thin. So this is a 6-placer, but it will do 7 drills of squares that fit together nicely. And I'm just really hoping they bring out a longer one in the future. I think they have hinted that they will do, but yeah, if they bring out like a 10-placer, I am going to be all over that. It's really good. You should check it out. I think they're out of stock again at the moment, but just check out Diamond Art Club's website, sign up for notifications, you'll find out when they come back in, and give one a go. And then last but not least, I have another little treat here. I actually bought this while I was on holiday, and I was just browsing Etsy shops, as I often do, because I love to see what everyone's selling. And one of my favourite shops that I've bought from before actually had some stock in, and that is a shock, because normally when she does a drop, they all sell out like that. So I kind of couldn't resist. So this is from Agnes Little Minders. I'm not going to show you the other side because it's got my details. And in here, and obviously I've had a peek because, like I said before, I'm not a saint and I don't have much self-restraint, but I haven't used it. In my head, that's like a good middle ground where I'm saving these things for you because I haven't used them necessarily, even though I've had a look. I don't think that really works, does it? But whatever, you'll forgive me. So it came all wrapped in this lovely tissue paper, which I've kept just to show you. And she always sends a little hand-labelled envelope, which says, "Dear Catherine, thank you for purchasing the Glowing Shores Dragon. Hope he makes you smile, from Agnes." And then there is some details of her shop. So here you go. Shop, Facebook, Instagram, handcrafted clay creations, and then some care instructions for the polymer clay. Okay, and then she sent me a little lollipop, also wrapped in tissue paper, which makes me chuckle every time. And a tea bag. Nice little extras. So this was wrapped around here, but I had a look at it and then I couldn't get it back on. So I'm going to show you what I've got. So there's lots and lots of padding in there. Are you ready? Oh, isn't he adorable? Oh, I have no idea how this little guy hadn't sold and how I managed to snag him. He is so, so cute. Let me get him out so you can have a closer look. This is all attached to the tissue paper. And then before I forget, I'll get the second magnet, because she always tapes that to the inside of the box like that. So that's also got clay on it, just to make it pretty and match. So here he is. I thought if I show you on the black background, it'll set him off properly, but it keeps sliding round. Hi Xander, that's my cat's just arrived. If you heard a little howl, he thinks it's dinner time already, and it really, really isn't. So yeah, that is my cover minder. I'm going to put him to use on my whip that I'm working on at the moment, which is Beach Vacation from Diamond Art Club, because I think he'll go perfectly with his little starfishes. I love him. So yeah, like I said, normally there aren't any in stock because they just sell out really quickly. So I'm not sure what happened there. If you do want to try a minder from Agnes Little Minders, what I would recommend doing is joining her Facebook group, which I'll link below. And then she announces on there when there's going to be a drop. And normally you have to be really quick to get on there at the time to choose the minder that you want. So yeah, don't just assume you'll be able to get one in stock like I did. I don't know, maybe she's able to make more now or something like that. But whatever happened, I am very, very glad for it because I really love this little guy. Put the back on. And there he is. Okay. So that is my small shop showcase for the month of August. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at all of these with me. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.